So here we go. Welcome to the show. The party we pick up here on the farm. It is not really nighttime. Call it like 6 o'clock. You know, it's dinner time. So the sun is about to go down here in a little while, but right now it's up pretty brightly. The farmers are finishing up their work for the day. You recall that Emiele and his 2 farmers had avoided this farm because of why? Do you remember? Do you guys remember why they had like snuck away from the farm overnight?
Yeah, because the guards were they're tax evading and they were worried about the tax man.
Yeah. So the robots were gonna come and collect taxes, and so Emiele had a third party give the robots the taxes instead of Emiele being there, because Emiele doesn't want to be noticed. Emiele doesn't want to be found out. Remember, he was a robot architect or a robot inventor, and if they were to spot him, it could be dangerous for him. So whenever the taxes come around, he avoids them like the plague. That said, you guys stand on the farm now watching the butt of the horse ride off into the sunset with Jerome on the back, and you can hear him screaming "Arriba!" in the distance.
My man.
If we leave before 4 in the afternoon.
My man.
Isabella watches a
We
single
gotta wait
tear.
till morning.
Isabella's watching a single tear rolling down her cheek, and she goes, "Man, that guy's gonna die a virgin. There's no way she's gonna fuck him after that." It's
Brew
funny.
on a stack.
I love it.
So
Then
Emiele,
we actually see Jerome take out his penis and begin to fuck her on the.
Whoa!
I hate you. All right, so
Is this a campaign or a campaign?
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
sorry.
Oh God, help me.
Hey,
Help
hey,
me.
Jimmy, you
I'm
can
too
come
old.
in me anytime you want, baby.
Oh,
I hate this so much.
It's so good.
I'm gonna
So-
go die.
Canceled. Switch
And-
court.
And we're canceled.
And
And I'm
canceled.
unpartnered. All right.
Unfollowed, unsubbed.
So with that, Emiele, he says to you guys as you're all now standing in awe, just watching this horse ride off into the sunset. He says,
The horse is also involved in the sex.
enough. He says, that was interesting. I've never seen anyone with my sister like that before.
And, hey, Emiele, you trying to be my stepbro?
Don't answer that.
I think it's
Don't
time to
answer that,
forcefully
Emile.
mute
Just don't.
Jess. Her quips are too much.
Emile, can we stay here tonight?
Yes, I have guest bedrooms. You can stay in. This is fine.
Oh, nice. We don't have to sleep in a barn. That's lovely.
No, in the house there are many rooms you can stay in. It's not the problem.
Another question for you, Emile. You know that that thing that person rode off in? I can't remember what they're called.
Yes, a cow.
A cow.
Cars, yeah.
A cow.
Cars.
Oh, yeah.
A cow.
cow.
A cow.
A cow.
A
Oh,
cow?
Car.
Car.
Is there a
Okay.
bird somewhere?
C-A-R. C-A-R.
Oh, I got
A cow.
Ah,
Do you have one of those here? And could you teach one of us how to drive it? We've never driven one before.
I can drive it.
This is not something I keep in the vicinity of the farm because they are most of the time tracked or what is it called? Visualized by the government. They
Tracked?
You need to register your vehicle so they can use it.
Oh, so you
they
don't
can
have
find it.
one?
No, this is not something that I keep.
Oh. Do you have something similar that we could practice on? You know, kind of like when you're learning to ride horses, you might start off with a pony as a kid.
I'd like to
Mini
do like
cars.
a
Are there any mini
I have
cars?
tractor.
I think we
I have
just
tractors
wing
you
it.
can practice on if you'd like.
I think
yeah,
we should
can you
just wing it. Do we really? I mean, it doesn't look that hard.
It looks very difficult.
Just roll a
think so.
dexterity
I
check.
don't,
every
I don't even know
quarter
if I'd be able to
Dexterity
fit in one of those. I'm a big boy.
on the gallon.
What is a tractor?
Oh yeah, you are.
A tractor is a cow that is for
Bonk.
mowing down crops.
Can we learn on that? Can you teach me?
Sure, it moves
I
very
don't know
slow.
if I'm
Yes.
tall enough. I'm kind of short. Do I
Speaking
need
of
like
tracks, though,
Yes,
you
it-
can
it-
track cars.
Yes, they have tracking mechanisms like the robots that you had.
Do we want to try and see if there's a way we can track the car that the dude rode off it? Or do we just want to...
This would be something you
Do our
have to
thing.
break into a government facility to be able to track the car. It's not, I don't think it
Alright.
would be worth it. The life of
Fair
one
enough.
factory manager is not, I don't think, that big a deal.
Mm.
Just checking. Wanted to make
Anyways,
sure.
the
Emil
traffic.
seems kind of cold. Emil seems
Yeah,
kind of cold
trackers.
and
Yeah.
uncaring.
Go to tractor time.
I'd
So,
like
yeah, I
to
can
be.
I
show
just
you
wanted to
the
see if we wanted to
tractors,
investigate.
yes.
That's all.
This is,
I've never rode on one before, so
Yes, you are all quite unsavvy when it comes to technology. It's not something you are very familiar with. It
Yeah.
seems.
I don't really like it, to be honest.
Amish.
Yes,
We're
yes.
Amish.
That is what you said, Amish. I've never heard of this, but it seems as though it is something that does not use technology very much.
No,
Well-
not at all.
All right, well
Still
then,
use candles.
candles. Yes, we also use them, especially when there is no electricity. But with that said, let me show you the tractors. By the way, I know, guys, that I changed Emil's voice a little bit, but I wanted him to be more French, so I changed a little bit, just so you know.
I don't
So
know.
I didn't know if you noticed or not, but
No, I definitely noticed, and I was trying to think of ways to bring it up. I just would
Boom.
like to say I'm actually
Took it
racist
away.
against French people, so I'm deeply offended right now.
you're
Wait, how
racist
does that make
against
any
French
sense?
people?
That is.
You're Jasmine, chill, relax.
Je suis la gardien.
Sorry,
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Pourquoi
Est-ce-
commander?
it's
Oui,
kind
oui.
of
The San Francisco
Okay,
fumes are
Canadian.
getting to you.
I love French people. Some of my best friends are French people.
All
Then it's
right,
war.
so
That's what Zim's gonna do for the night. Is practice learning tractor riding.
he takes you all over to the tractor. Anyone who doesn't want to go, you don't have to. There's a couple of them. He's got them parked under kind of like a big awning on his farm. And as he walks up to the tractor, you guys see they are these large vehicles with gigantic back tires and really small front tires, and small little cages for you to sit in, where there is a wheel of some kind. Those of you that have been on ships before, you recognize that wheel. This is the first time any of you have really seen the inside of one of these kinds of vehicles that use gas and a motor. This is not something that you've ever seen really before. So as you're looking at it, anyone who would like to kind of just get the basics under their belt, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Anyone who wants to get the basics of vehicles under their belt. Remember to be in roll 20 if you're not already. Looks like the only person I'm missing is...
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Sorry, I'm trying to set it up on the new
Damn.
computer really quick.
There's
but
rocks
I'll
on the
be right there.
ground.
Rolls.
Look at all these
rolls.
rocks on the ground. These pebbles, look. Some stones. The wheel is round. Pox sees that.
So I'm going to kind of combine your guys' investigation checks. Whoever's rolling for it, you kind of get the basic information, and you
What
kind
is
of
that?
share it
Like
with your
round
party.
the average.
That's probably going to average like 13 or something. 14. Depends on what Bunny rolls.
My-
or Jasmine
My
rolls.
roll got bell curved.
Just give me 1 second.
You're good. Take your time.
Man, I feel
I
really
got-
good
I
about
got-
bringing up that average right now.
I
That's
got bumped because Zim is smart.
Magma, to answer your question in the chat, is the big bad Raziel as in Soul Reaver Raziel. Different, I mean, the name, I don't even know what Soul
Even
Reaver
worse.
Raziel is.
Even
but,
worse than that, dude.
Raziel is just a name that I came up with. It is all, this whole entire campaign is homebrewed, so it's all just from my own storytelling ideas.
There's a class action suit right now because people are using. We just discovered that people are using Raziel. We got to look into this.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
sue the fuck out of them.
I don't think you can copyright like names. I'm just
Too
throwing that
late,
out
Blake. Switch court.
there.
Been
Saying,
decided.
All right. So you're already in roll 20, Jasmine?
Yes, I am. I'm just trying to sign in really quick.
oh, did you need Beyond?
Both rolled a one.
TNT Beyond. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
okay.
changing my
We'll
password
leave
really
that
quick.
22.
Unlock.
I think my ex might have known my password for this, and he might have changed it to fuck with me. So I'm just gonna figure this out really quick.
Did you
Yeah,
normally log in with your Twitch?
Yeah, usually. 1 second.
You're good.
Cool. And I'm in. Okay. Awesome.
We're in.
Cool. It was gold 20 and what was it? Beyond something?
Yeah, D&D Beyond.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry, I will get us rolling here. With your investigation checks, I'm going to tell you, for the most part, it depends on what Bunny rolls, but I'll start with the basics that you get. So you understand, those of you that are looking at the inside of this tractor, you understand the... looks like you're rolling dexterity there.
Investigation.
Okay.
Investigation should be in the long box that's in that middle section.
For real. Okay. Hello? Okay, hold up.
Good.
I can show you if you want.
Oh, here it is. Sorry, it's been a minute.
Yeah, you're good.
Boom. All right. So, with your combined rolls, I'll tell you that the tractor is the wheel is what turns the bottom wheels of the tractor. So you understand the basics of how to turn it and how to navigate it. You understand, as he shows you the different pieces, you understand that there's an ignition spot. So there's a spot where you put a key, and when you turn the key, it ignites some kind of fuel inside of an engine. So you understand how it turns on, how the wheels work. You understand the basics of a tractor. Now, being able to drive it is not something that you're going to be able to do just from looking at it. But with your combined rolls, you guys all, as he teaches you, you understand the basics of how a tractor specifically works. Now, a tractor has a gear shift on it. So the tractors have a gear shifting on it. It's not automatic. But Emile mentions... This is kind of old-fashioned. These are made 6 or 7 years ago. I like to use them because they are comfortable to me. But most tractors now that you buy from the tractor manufacturers, they are automatic. They drive themselves. So
you don't have to do anything. They just drive on their own.
In a way, you still sit in the chair and you turn it, but you do not need to shift it. And he shows you the shifter on the tractor. You do not need to change the gears.
Pedal?
Yes, you still need to give it the gas and all this.
Okay.
So he describes it like an automatic car nowadays.
So this is normally harder than the automatic cars, right?
This one is harder, yes.
Okay. This is like hard mode. It's like training dummies. You can do this. You can
Easy
drive a
peasy.
car.
Easy peasy.
He shows you the clutch, which is what kind of separates the two types of vehicles, and he kind of shows you guys by having you all get off the tractor. He shows you how it looks when it's in motion, and then he gives anyone who wants a shot at driving it a chance. It's very slow. You guys walk next to it as he's driving it, and you walk out into the cornfield with him. And to the open cornfield's very wide and flat, so you don't have to worry about running into anything. And he gives anyone a chance who wants to drive it a chance to do so. So if you're wanting to drive the tractor, go ahead and roll me a dexterity check. I just want a dexterity check, straight up dexterity check. And this is, the more you do this, the better you'll get at driving vehicles, and that can become a proficiency of yours.
Oh, hey, hell yeah, look at my 16.
Not
Oh,
bad.
Zim, that's sad, man. I'm sorry.
Not bad.
Okay.
So, Pox, Isabella, and
I'll
Nara,
ride shotgun.
It comes pretty naturally to you guys as you are riding around. It's very slow, and even though it is unfamiliar, it is kind of like riding a big horse. So you're
That's
able
what she
to
said.
you're able to kind of turn it around and kind of do your thing, and you learn a little bit, and your proficiency goes up a little bit in driving vehicles here with this kind of teaching lesson. Nara, he even shows you a little bit of a trick on how to actually mow down the crops. He actually has you do a little bit of work by showing you how to kind of go back and forth with the tractor and turn at sharp angles, so you can kind of go up and down and around in the crop.
Nara,
field.
pop a wheelie.
No,
Sorry,
I'd
what?
like to see your
Drifting in the
sharp angles.
I'm sorry. I don't do
Drifting the
manual
tractor.
labor. I'm over it. I'm done.
Oh,
with
it's automatic.
He says,
I'd like to be your automatic.
he says, this is an advanced technique. When you turn the wheel like this, and he shows you, it turns the tractor at a sharp angle, but then you slam on the brake, and it lets you kind of swings it back around. And he basically shows you how to do a not really a burnout, but what's that called? Where you like a really
Drift?
sharp,
You-
yeah, like
you
a
drift-
drift.
you
Yeah, you
drift
drift.
it. You gotta drift it.
Oh,
He
hell
drifts the
yeah.
tractor. Shows you
Oh
how to
hell
drift.
yeah! Right, love that. I'm about to
I
be
would-
Fast and Furious.
I
up in
would
here.
I would play the da, 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 but it's copyrighted. Kathrak
Okay.
and Zim, you guys have opposite problems. Kathrak, you're a little too big for this cage.
I'm too big. That's why my role was bad, because I'm just
That's
a
what she
big,
said.
large boy.
yeah,
I'm
you're
I'm
just scrunched up. You're scrunched
I'm a
up in
lad.
the cage.
that is not built for this tractor.
And
That's what he
Zim,
said.
I'm too
Isabella,
short.
Stop, please. Zim, you're too short for the pedals.
That's also what he said.
No, I'm not a furry.
What you gonna do with all that? Hey, Thrak, what are you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk.
Inside your
Put it
trunk.
inside that
Thrak
trunk.
says, I don't have any junk. I have treasure.
You got me spending.
I have treasure.
Damn, I'm just trying to go hunting for your treasure. You feel me? Damn girl.
Jasmine is actually about to get bonked.
I'm about to
Or
mute you,
jail.
Jasmine. About to
Everyone in the chat, get your
Please,
newspaper
mommy,
ready.
please don't
We're just
do
gonna
it.
collectively bonk Jasmine.
So with all that said, let's make sure we're not interrupting anybody or, throwing anything too far off. Want to make sure it keeps rolling because this is kind of a slow section, and we didn't really do anything super crazy last time, so we want to make sure we get to some fun stuff today. So you guys all get a little bit of proficiency in the riding. Even Zim and Kathrak, you still get a little bit of proficiency. You are not proficient in riding a vehicle, driving a vehicle, but you just learn a little bit. And this is something that you can continue to do throughout your time when you find different vehicles. You can try different vehicles out, and your characters, can become more and more proficient in these skills to the point where sometimes I might give you advantage or, whatever else may have you. So with all that said, you guys are kind of tummy rumbling right now, and Emiele can kind of see that you guys are getting hungry. He himself is getting pretty hungry, and so he says, "It is about time that I slaughter one of the cows. If anyone would like to help me, we could have a nice meal. It will take about an hour to slaughter the cow and get some meat for the grill. And I can have one of my workers cook us up something. Or if you are not into the meat, I have corn chowder I can make. I still need to slaughter the cow, so it is going to take me about an hour anyway, but it is up to you."
I can help you slaughter a cow.
Me too.
Honestly,
I can help you
I'm
eat the
just-
cow.
Oh, God.
No. Don't say it. Don't think it.
Come on.
Nope. Self-control.
All right, here we go.
All right, so that's what we're doing.
All right, Nara and Isabella, are you guys...
I mean, do you need more than like 2 people to help you slaughter a cow? I can help. I mean,
He says,
I do it.
it is not necessary. If you want to help make the sides for the meal, that might be fun.
Yeah, let's do it. Cooking
I-
side quest. Okay.
It is
I
up to you. I have many options. You can rummage through the kitchen if you'd like.
Do you have any ale or
Side
like
quest.
water to drink or like
have,
what's that other thing?
I have wine.
Milk? Do you have any milk?
Sure, I have milk. I have wine. I have mead. I have beer. I have water.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
What
Making
is
sure.
it that
you
you
have
are
milk?
interested in?
You have 1%, 2% whole milk.
Yeah, it is whole milk.
Just checking.
Yes.
Big mommy milkers. I'm sorry. I just had to say it.
There it
I'm
is.
so sorry.
Yeah.
You did it.
That's what I was looking for. All right, let's go.
All right. So with that, he lets the party kind of separate here as you two ladies head inside the house. There are a couple of the workers in there. They are kind of finishing up for the day. Some of them are shucking, like the two of them are shucking corn and peeling potatoes and just kind of getting stuff ready for sale at probably a market of some kind. And as you walk in, this is the first time you've heard one of them speak. This kind of, in his 20s guy. He as he's peeling the potatoes, he says, "Hey, welcome to the humble abode." And he kind of laughs and like nudges his friend, and his friend kind of laughs, and they say, he says, "Make yourself at home if you feel like making something. Feel free to rummage through the kitchen. We're pretty open here, so kind of make yourself at home, whatever you want to do. We don't sleep here, so you don't have to worry about that. We'll be heading out soon." As he kind of looks at you guys, he seems like a kind of just low IQ, kind of nice farmer dude. He's not like misogynist, but you could tell that he is, he's looking at you like you're fragile. You know what I mean? He's looking at you like he's trying to like make you feel comfortable, even though you probably don't need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's trying to be overly cautious.
Okay.
Okay,
And,
it's not what the patriarchy can do for the patriarchy, but what the patriarchy can do for you.
They very much seem like you could just kick their ass anytime you wanted. They are very very normal people. So as you guys head into the kitchen, one of them just says, "Hey, let me know if you need any help with anything." And the other guy was like, "That wasn't smooth at all." And you kind of hear under their breath. Solus is waiting outside the house with you, by the way, or like waiting outside the house for you, I should say, not with you. He's outside the house. So if you want him, he could fit through the door. If you wanted him to come in.
Yeah, let him come in. He's
Okay.
had a hard couple of weeks.
Okay. So as he comes in the door, you hear his 3 paws kind of tip tap on the wooden floor, but you hear his metal leg kind of creak as he walks as well. For those of you guys that don't know, Nara has a large lion friend whose name is Solus. He is a crag cat, actually, and he is kind of made of shadow and darkness, and his back leg got hurt and had to be amputated and was replaced with a mechanical back leg. So with that, he comes into the kitchen with you, and as soon as he comes in the door to the house, before he even gets into the kitchen, you hear the two guys go, "Holy shit!" And one of the guys is like, "Is he supposed to be in here?"
Yeah, he's
And-
fine. He's friendly. He's fine.
And they're like, "Okay." And Solus walks past them into the kitchen and joins you in there. When you guys get into the kitchen, it's a pretty old-timey looking, kind of laid-back wooden kitchen. Cabinets line the bottom row, and up top there's all kinds of little glass cases with different spices and different things like that. He's got a fridge and a couple different electronic things you've never seen before, or you briefly saw in the employee lounge that you were just at the factory. You did see one of these microwaves before. This one is actually labeled, so you now know the name of it. It says microwave on the top, so you know what it's called. They also have an oven, and for the most part, it seems pretty kind of, homey. It seems very laid back and homey, I should say. Homely, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So why don't you two go ahead and roll me investigation checks to look around the kitchen here.
Do you realize we are kind of throwing back feminism by at least 50 years by being...
You know what? I'm just like, why are we in the kitchen right now?
Why are we in the kitchen right now?
I don't
Jesus.
know. I could
What
have
the
skinned
fuck?
a cow better than any of those people. Honestly.
Do you want to
I love
con those
this so
dudes into
much.
cooking for us?
What?
Do you want to con those dude into cooking for us? I think we could.
Actually, I would love that, and we
You
could
wanna-
just go chill out. Yeah.
Can we just?
Don't you
Yeah.
just have
Okay.
that spell that can control people?
Well,
Can
we're not
we
gonna.
could just
Okay.
ask
You
them.
don't. Okay. Wait. Hold up. Let me do it. Let me do it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So Isabella walks up to the two, to
Mm-hmm.
the two dudes like. Excuse me. I have to put on the voice. We actually don't know how to cook. We're Amish. Could you please help us? What is a microwave? Microwave? A woo? A whoa?
The one guy who's kind of sitting on the ground, who hasn't talked as much. He's got kind of a higher pitched country
No.
voice, and he says, "Hey, yeah, I can help you with the microwave. Sure. It's just really, you just put food in there, you click a couple buttons, put a timer on, and it heats it up for you. It's pretty real simple.
Can you
What's a
show us?
timer?
Can you show us?
Yeah, I'll show you. You good peeling potatoes, shucking corn?" And the other guy's like, "Yeah." And so
This man is in pain.
this guy walks into the kitchen and he opens up the fridge, pulls
What's
out.
a fridge?
He says, "This right here, this is where we keep all kinds of stuff that is perishable, cold. So stuff that's not gonna go bad, we keep it cold. It's kind of like an old timey ice box. You guys got something like that in the Amish times?"
No, we actually just picked berries and ate them. I don't really understand how to do this like news type stuff. Could you show us?
Yeah, sure. He takes out from the microwave. He takes out a, let's see, what did I say? Microwave? I meant fridge. From the fridge, he takes out. What would you guys? What would you even heat up in a microwave?
I don't know.
Demonstrate
A
to somebody
frozen-
how a microwave works. He
A
takes
frozen dinner
He
or
takes out
some
a
shit.
frozen
I don't know.
dinner. He takes out
Popcorn.
a kid's cuisine from the,
Oh,
from
no,
the freezer.
not the kids' cuisine.
It's got a little penguin on the front of it. It's very colorful.
In
Yeah.
universe, can it have the one with like the? Does it have little sprinkles with the pudding? That's my favorite
Yes,
one.
it's got
In
the,
universe,
the,
yes.
yeah, the
Yes!
brown pudding with the sprinkles on it. Well, yes, and it's a meatloaf one. So
Ew.
he pulls it out. He says, "This is what we call a TV dinner. It's like an all-in-one kind of meal.
Else.
You don't even need to like do anything else. You just heat it up and it's all ready to go for you. It's got like dessert in it, and it's got a meat and a starch, and it's really healthy for you. And despite the
Well.
name, it's for adults too." And he looks really, really like he's trying to defend it.
Well, smack my ass and call me a drum.
He says, these kids' cuisines are for everybody, despite the name. And he puts it in the microwave. And as he does, he shows you how to use it. You put in a timer. You press the numbers on the microwave, and you guys know how to microwave work. He just shows it to you. And he says, "So anyway, while that's cooking, where's
You're good looking.
Where's a meal?
Well, the meal's right in the microwave.
No, a meal like the guy, our boss."
I have no idea. I think he went to go kill a cow or something.
Oh shit! Yeah, it is time to slaughter a cow. Well,
Okay.
I guess
just-
I should be out there helping. Okay. Well, you guys, I mean, it's pretty simple. All this is pretty simple. Where are y'all from? He looks nervous. He looks like he's kind of really probably not used to much interaction with anybody, let alone, girls. He's a younger guy.
Well,
A lot
I'm
of people
from-
in chat can relate.
True.
Well, I can be from wherever you want me to be from, as long as you help us cook.
I mean, if y'all aren't interested in cooking, I can do the cooking.
Are you sure? You don't have to, but we'd really appreciate it.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice. I usually do it anyway.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all good. But I mean, if you guys want, there's all kinds of places to explore around here. There's a nice creek just up the way that's got some cool wildlife. Usually the deers like to hang out there. It's kind of a home away from home, kind of old-timey feeling area. If you want to go hang out over there, dinner's probably going to be ready. And he kind of opens up the microwave and he says, "I'm going to put this back in the fridge." He puts the kids cuisine back in the fridge.
This motherfucker.
He's like, I don't think we're eating this. If he's butchering cows, we'll probably be having a steak dinner. But with that, I mean, there's all kinds of places you can go.
I'm
You
sorry,
get a
but
real good view of this area from the top of the windmill too.
just the visual of Emiele asking us to pick sides, and then we come through with like 5 kids' cuisines. Like,
I want to go to the windmill. I'm gonna go to the windmill.
okay, I'll follow you.
All right.
Hee
So as you guys head out, Solus follows you, and you guys head over to the windmill. Meanwhile, the rest of you guys are out in the barn, kind of moving this large brown bowl over to a smaller metal building. So you guys are kind of dragging it by its by the lead that is around its neck, and kind of it's not really fighting you too much, but it isn't giving you a whole lot of give, I should say, as you're kind of pulling it. It's not working with you per se. It's kind of trying to go off and graze, and it's trying to avoid you guys as you're pulling it. And it seems like it's fighting pretty harsh as soon as it starts seeing where it's heading. As soon as it starts seeing like where it's going to be going, it starts and starts like turning around and starts pulling. And Emiele, not a very big dude, starts getting dragged by the lead that he's holding on to. And he says, I could use some help.
Kathrak, I think this is more your department. I'd have to change into a beast to probably take care
Yeah,
of
let
that.
me. What do I got to do? Let me
them
run up
drag it.
and try to restrain and also drag the big cow.
So yeah, there's a couple ways you can go about this. How would you want to try and get a cow to come with you? Would you want to try and be nice to it? Would you want to try and just, pull it with your strength? I mean, there's all kinds of different ways you could go about doing this. So how would you do it?
I think I'd like to try to quickly gather up a bunch of grass or straw or whatever the hell it was eating from the ground and try to, seduce it with the food.
Okay, yeah. Roll me an animal handling check.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, that didn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too interested at the moment, since it knows kind of where it's heading. It seems like it's scared of the small metal building that you're heading towards.
Looks like it's time to bring out the brawn. What would the next? I would
This would
assume
be
the
an
next thing I
athletics
could
check.
do is maybe
Athletics.
grab it by the leash.
Yeah.
Athletics, come on, baby.
You rolled a 2.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god. All right. So the bull doesn't seem to budge too well.
That's bull.
Good one. The rest of you guys, Pox, are you doing anything particular to try and help in this situation?
Trying to stand up, but
Oh yeah, you're good. I just wanted to
no.
make sure I didn't skip over you.
Oh shit, am I? God damn it. I guess I'm just kind of chilling.
Just kind of chilling, watching the struggle.
Yeah, just kind of waiting for I was kind of waiting for the food to be done. You know what I mean? I'm too hungry to help almost. I mean, I don't know. Do you want me to?
Can't we just kill it and carry it in? Do you want me to just fucking blast it?
When you say that, Emiele says, you can kill it if you want. It will just be dead weight to pull into the building. It is up to you. As he's saying that, you also see Nara and Isabella walking towards the windmill. If you want to go join them too, that's an option as well. So whatever you want to do, there's options here. Or you can go off by yourself if you want.
No, I'm here. Can I? I can't persuade the cow, can I?
You could roll me an animal handling check. Try it out.
My animal handling's okay, but it's nowhere near my persuasion. I feel like I gotta.
It won't be able
Do
to
we have
understand you.
anyone that can speak to animals? Is that a thing?
Nara
what
can
about
speak to
the-
animals. Yes.
Nara!
Nara.
Not anymore. No, I
I
traded
used my
that.
turn. I used my. I
Oh, yo. What about the Pied Piper flute?
trade it back.
I think
That's
that's very small animals.
small
Small
beast,
beast.
yeah.
You know what? I'll turn into an animal. I'll either scare it in or I'll rip it out its throat. Okay.
Nice. Hey, if you are what you eat, Zim, that explains why
Oh.
you're such a beefcake.
See, I passed my turn.
one.
Then. Yeah.
Thank you.
Zim, you got it.
I'm
Then
gonna
this is
turn
you.
into a crag cat and like
Okay.
look at it like an animal looking ready to like eat prey if it like behind it, so it has to run in. And if that doesn't work, then I'm just gonna tear out its throat.
All right, go ahead and roll me an intimidation check.
Oh, okay. Nope.
All right, yeah, the bull is going to charge you in crag cat form.
That's okay.
Pulling Emile. Emile's going to take 4 points of dragging, bludgeoning damage as he gets dragged by the lead, as the bull is going to attempt to ram into you as a crag cat trying to defend itself. It rolls a 19 to hit,
That hits.
which is going to deal 7 points of piercing
Okay,
damage.
are we about to get wiped by
Hold on. Are
a
we?
cow?
Are Isabel and I walking by? Can I like try to jump on his back and wrangle it?
That's what she
you're,
said.
you're kind of far from it at this point. You
okay.
can see it happening, but it's too far away to like run and jump on its back.
So we'll just laugh and go. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
tear out
probably.
its throat when
Yeah.
it does that.
Yeah. No need to roll an attack or anything. You bring your claw up and kill the cow. And you know it makes a mess in this area of the farm, but it is what it is. The cow wasn't cooperating, and unfortunately the rolls weren't good enough to get it where it needed to go. So it is what it is.
It's
So
dark
with
as
that-
fuck.
Yeah, so with that, there's, a
Jesus.
lot of, what's it called? I don't want to say gore, but, there's a lot of blood and stuff on the ground, but you
Jesus.
guys, I mean, it would be noticeable to somebody who was walking by is the problem. Because you guys are pretty close to where a trail kind of goes by the farm. If somebody were to look off the trail at some point, they might see that large kind of messy area. So Emile says,
It's ketchup.
this is something that I probably need to clean. I do not want someone asking too many questions. Some things walks by. I don't want them to think I out someone. With that, are you all proficient in skinning the cow and getting the meat, or is this something that I should call my cohorts for?
I am definitely not proficient in butchering.
Nara's pretty good at it.
Would
No, I
I
should've
feel
just
like
went.
my character would be good at it.
You probably would.
I agree.
So Nara, you do hear him ask this question. A lot of the guides shrug their shoulders. Kathrak seems like he's interested.
Okay, Drake, go for it.
But yeah. All right. So Kathrak, go ahead and roll me a.
Also, can I whisper to someone and be like, "It's weird that he thought of murder right away. I don't know. I think he's a murderer."
You can say that to whoever you want. You're next to.
I'm gonna say that to Isabella.
Isabella. Yeah.
Well, if you are what you eat, that explains why they call me your mom. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Did somebody slip Isabella's character or Jasmine's character like some funny powder?
Viagra or some shit.
No, I'm gonna be
Some
honest. I saw
shrooms?
that
Did you
there
find
was-
some shrooms on the side of the road?
Well, actually, my roommate grows them, and I wasn't aware that he put that in my iced coffee. So I'm kind of blissed out right now. Just,
There you go.
Okay.
but, I don't know. I just saw that there was room for a new horny character, and I went, "Why not me? That could be me.
Just trying to fill
I
in the
could do
gap.
that."
Well, if your character, it's kind of hard for me to tell sometimes what characters, like what your character is saying and what they're not saying. So, want to make sure that that's clear, like so that the NPCs and the other characters can react accordingly.
Oh, word.
Yeah, because it's hard to tell, like if it's just like a a joke or if it's something that your character's actually saying.
Okay, so all of that was just a joke. All of
okay.
that was just a joke.
Okay, good to know. All right,
But,
so with
but-
that,
I did find a mushroom though.
ooh,
Why
nice.
is it always fun guy and never fun you and I? Always talking about mushrooms, but I think there's too mushroom between you and me, Emile.
Uh-huh. You good? All right, let's get it rolling. So, you and Nara, Isabella and Nara, you guys head towards the windmill. And, Kathrak, you're gonna roll me a sleight of hand check. Sleight of hand check. For, wow. Okay. So with that sleight of hand check, you butcher this thing like a badass.
I finally popped off. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah, you slice it up good. You get great cuts of meat. You
My
don't,
animal instinct.
Yes. You make sure not to hurt it anymore or make a huge mess. You're very clean with your cuts. You're very respectful. You respect the animal and everything about it. And you're able to slice it up and get some great cuts of meat. And it does leave a big mess for Emiele, but he understood that is part of the job. He does help you a little bit with it after he's done kind of cleaning the blood up from the area. He helps you wrap the meats and kind of bring them inside with the rest of the guys here. So that probably takes your characters 45 minutes or so to do. And with that natural 20, you really knock it out of the ballpark. You have some great cuts of meats to grill up for food. You two ladies, as you head up to the top of the windmill, as you're walking inside, notice the inside of this windmill has all of these cords, electrical cords that run up the side of it and are all connected to a turbine up at the top of the windmill. Now, it seems like what is happening, and he's told you this already, is when the windmill turns from the wind, it charges a lot of the things on the farm. It gives them electricity. So these cords are not powering the windmill is powering whatever these cords are connected to. So these cords come down from the top of the windmill and then they go underground somewhere. So it seems like Emiele has kind of built this area for a specific purpose. You know, he's tried to create like a power outlet for his farm here. And as you're up on the top of the windmill, go ahead and roll me a perception check as you guys are up there looking out from the windows up at the top. Do some perception checks. You're at the top of the windmill, so this is advantage. Sorry, you're at the very top of the windmill, so you roll twice.
I'm not up there, am I?
No, this would be Isabella and Nara. So both of you guys can roll twice. Take the higher number. Wow.
Wow. Still nothing.
Jesus.
Awful
very
rolls
funny.
today.
It's a
That's
cloudy day night.
So looking around, the windmill itself is very quiet. All you can hear is just the creaking and the turning of the turbine. But what you notice looking out across the horizon is you notice 6 different smokestacks that are rising up across the horizon. 6 different spots where large billows of smoke are coming up from the horizon. One of which is coming from the area you came from, that factory that you guys came from. That's one of those smokestacks. But you're noticing that there are 5 others across the horizon. So these factories, that was not the only one of those factories. And with that perception check, that's kind of all you get from looking out across at this point. You also see the group of guys cleaning up the grossness of the cow so that if somebody were to walk by, they don't see that mess. And Nara,
That's
you're
what she said.
pretty sure you could have done this way easier and way cleaner than anything they ever could have. Solus is waiting at the bottom of the windmill because the stairs are kind of narrow to get up. So Solus is kind of avoiding walking all the way up there. But he is looking up at you from the bottom of the windmill, and he kind of gives you a growl, a little roar from the base of the windmill. And you hear him say,
Nara, I don't
Yeah?
like this place.
I don't
Smells
either.
awful.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Asking you, is it too much to like? Can we not like look around down there, or have I like messed up with my checks?
you can look around down there. Like if you want to look around specifically
I
at
feel
the
like something
farm
shady.
from here.
I want to look. No, can I like look around where you said the wires were like going underground?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay.
So understanding where those wires are going is hard because they're underground, right? So you'd have to
I
dig
feel
them
like
up.
he's got a murder chest under there.
Ooh, wait a minute. What about my sinking ring? Why don't I just sink myself down? Is there like a hole or something? Maybe I can figure it out. Or we could control the rats, maybe.
these are options. So
Or we
you
could go back and tell
can-
the others. I don't
Ooh,
know.
yeah.
I just feel like it's super shady.
I don't know. I feel like if the others are with Emile, we probably shouldn't until
true.
he's gone. And also, I just think it's why is he so obsessed with being off the grid? Like, why is he obsessed with it? I mean, I understand, like, okay, you used to work for it, you're tired, okay, but like, why is he so obsessed with having his own power source?
Right.
That feels
and those,
weird
and
to
those,
me.
And those men were weird, right? They were like, we don't sleep here. I feel like that was super strange to say.
Yeah, like, why should we care? Like, we've been here for less than a day. Why do you? Is something weird gonna happen at night?
I think
Is my
so.
question.
I think
So, how can we keep ourselves safe? Okay, so here's my thing. Emile seems a little too eager for us to stay with him as long as we want.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Right.
Is he gonna sell us out? And also, what's happening underground?
I agree.
So what I think we should do before we tell anyone else is control a rat, talk to it, see what it can figure out, and if it can't tell us enough, we'll figure it out ourselves.
Let's do it.
Oh, should we call someone over? But would that be suspicious?
It would be
Also,
suspicious, I think.
I don't think we should eat any food that he cooks for us.
Ooh.
That's
Oh
my.
my
I don't
gosh.
think. Did you see the? Who knows what's in that Keith cuisine? Keith Quanu. I don't know how to
Exactly.
pronounce it.
I don't either.
It sounds fake. That sounds like a fake food. It's in the water supply. It's turning the frogs gay.
That looks
No,
super
but
weird.
seriously though, it's in the water supply and it is turning the frogs gay.
Okay. Well, let's do the rat thing, and then we'll see.
Yeah, let's
we'll
do
go
that.
from there.
All
Okay,
right. So I'm not sure who has the flute of small beasts.
I do
Okay.
Shit,
right now.
Zim currently has it.
Oh, but Zim is a crag cat, so can I be like, Solus? Can you talk to Zim really quick and say, "Hey, something's weird."
Yeah. So Solus nods his head. He runs over to Zim in cragcat form, and Zim, you hear Solus in your common language that you share with him.
Yep.
He kind of roars at you, and he says,
I need the flute now.
Oh, but so let's make sure it's subtle so that the other guy can see.
You need the flute. I mean, okay. I don't know how Crackhat's gonna play it, but sure, let me change real quick.
It's for Nara.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh.
that's fine too.
So let's also make sure to say not to eat or drink anything while we're here, just in case.
And don't eat or drink anything while you're here.
Wait, why not? We just killed the thing.
Well, I'm not sure. I was just told
Just
to
say
say
something's
this.
weird.
Something's
very-
weird. Something's weird.
Okay, that's
Solus
that's-
is
I'm
far
not-
away from you guys right now. I'm just assuming that whatever you told him, he's
Oh, but
telling.
I thought he could be in my mind. I thought I could like talk to him that way.
If you wanted him to go all the way over to Zim from the windmill, it's too far for you guys to like. You know.
Okay, I got you.
I'll come back with you, Solus. How about that? That's fine. They don't really need my help here, anyways, anymore.
I think they want to keep it secret.
I mean, I can just say that you asked me to come back.
No, bad idea.
It's not a really big deal. It's gonna look really weird if I hand you a fucking flute, Solus, in your mouth, and you run back to them.
Well, he doesn't know what the flute is for. He could, I don't know, maybe he can do a little dance. I don't know, or just
That's how we
distract someone
explained it
else.
to me, Jasmine. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna change back into normal form, and I'm gonna look at them like,
Isabella and Nora asked me if I would help them do some stuff. I
Damn
don't
it,
really
dude.
know, or look at stuff. I'll be back in a bit.
Oh, okay.
We literally.
So-
ugh,
Good luck.
So this is one of the things
Have fun.
with D&D is that if you have like, if you tell somebody to go do something, like for example Solus, if it's like an NPC of mine or something like that, if you tell somebody to go do something, I'm just gonna have them go do that thing, and then adding anything after that is hard because they're already going to do that thing. You know what I mean? So if you want to add anything after that, it's really hard to do that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
I was assuming there was a mind link thing going on, but that's
Yeah,
my D.
unfortunately, yeah. It's Solus can only speak with Nara, and it's only at a certain range, and so he's pretty far away. But whatever you told him to do, he did. He is telling Zim, what he knows, which was that you guys wanted to keep it pretty secretive. Zim is making his own decision and deciding that it would be less suspicious to just go with Solus instead of like handing him a flute and then having him ride off. So he thinks that it's less suspicious this way. So with that said, Emiele doesn't even seem to be paying attention. Emiele,
Yeah.
I need
is
like 2
cleaning.
seconds.
Yeah, no problem. And with that, the meat and everything's clean. You guys go make dinner. I'm not going to role play out too much of that dinner, but if anyone wants to look around the kitchen, they can. That's a, spot that's got some really interesting things in it. If you want to roll an investigation check, but that's only for people who are in the kitchen right now. Isabella and Nara are at the windmill. And Solus comes back with Zim and the flute for you two.
Yeah,
So-
I wait to take out the flute until I get there.
Okay. So yeah, Solus arrives back with Zim, and he says to Nara as he gets close enough,
He insisted on coming back.
I just hope that y'all didn't make it weird.
I don't know what weird looks like.
Suspicious.
I am a big cat.
I don't think he noticed.
Okay, great. Okay.
All right, guys. So Nara and I have been talking, and we think something weird is going on. First of all, we had a really weird conversation earlier today where the workers were saying that they don't sleep here, which I'm not even sure what that means. Second of all, I have a weird gut feeling that we probably should not ingest anything here. Period. We can eat the rations from our sack. I'm more than happy to share it with the party, but something's a little off. And I think until we figure out what that is, we should not put anything into our bodies that could have been contaminated.
Interesting. We killed the meat ourselves, right? And it's not like
But you're not
Cathrax leaving it.
preparing it.
I
No,
watched
Cathrax
him
is-
take it
Cathrax
down.
is.
Also,
You're
I
not
watched
preparing
him do
it.
it.
It's
You're not
Cathrax.
preparing it.
Cathrax is
Also,
going
they
to be
could have
preparing
in-
it too.
they
He's
could
gonna
be
be cooking it.
Yeah, that was the goal. Is all three of us were planning on cooking and helping him cook.
Okay, but also
Yeah.
look at these wires coming down. This
I don't
is
know what
weird.
those all
This
those
is
electric
going under-
things.
weird
It's
to
going
you?
underground. Also, there was like smoke in the distance. I don't know what is going on. It's so strange.
Okay. I mean,
Also,
it's,
can
it's
you?
that-
Also, Solus says it smells really weird here. He said he don't like it here, and I trust it. I trust it.
Did I notice anything like that in crack cat form about the smell?
roll me a perception check. A retroactive perception check.
Yeah.
Also, I'd just like to say, if they put something in the ground, or injected it into the
So,
animals,
why
we
are there
wouldn't know.
wires here
Oh,
at
I would
all?
have gotten advantage, I think, on crack cat form.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double.
Sounds right to me, but could be wrong.
I'm just double checking. Hang on.
Oh, that
Oh,
might
no,
be the wolf.
I wouldn't have.
That's the wolf, I think.
Yeah, it's the wolf. A wolfie.
So with a 12, you in crack cat form, all you could smell was the smell of blood in that area because of the cow.
He seemed a little too stressed out about the blood being so close to the trail. I'm just gonna say.
I mean,
that.
I think he's trying to avoid the overarching enemy that is Raziel. It's
Okay, but you're gonna murder a cow and then you're going to be concerned about the blood on a farm. People slaughter cows all the time. It just feels weird.
I mean, do they? I mean, the city didn't have any cows at all.
Well, but it's
They
a
have
farm.
farmers. It's a farm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd kill a
Also,
cow.
I'm disagreeing. I'm just
Whose
saying
farm
that
is this?
it's. I don't know what's real or not. It's 53 years.
Commander,
Here's the
where
flute.
are we? Whose farm is this?
This is Emiele's farm.
Yeah.
I don't know anything
Who are
about
those
him.
two? Who are those two guys?
Yeah.
His co-workers.
They're
Also,
just.
It just
Side thing,
feels
it's
off.
not completely odd for someone who's your workers to not stay at your house.
What was saying?
Well, yeah, but why did they feel the need to mention it?
I mean,
It just feels
are you
weird.
sure they weren't trying to flirt with you?
Possibly, but also it's
Aren't they
just
I
weird
think they were just
vibes.
awkward.
I'm
Weird
not denying that.
vibes.
Who wanted
Okay.
the flute?
Let's just investigate
Yeah.
what's happening below the ground, and then we'll think
Yeah.
of something else after that. It just feels weird. It just feels off.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. That's not a big deal.
Okay, so who wants to do the flute?
I mean, do you want me to just play it?
wanna
You
rat.
wanted to do something with a rat.
Yeah, figure
That was
out.
your
Yeah,
idea.
like we
Okay.
did in the city.
Uh,
Does this give me the ability to talk to the rats?
It gives you the ability to communicate with them, but you understanding them back is not a piece of that.
Okay.
Oh wait, don't I have that power to understand small animals? Something like that, right?
I don't know. Look at your
You
character
might. You
sheet.
can look through
Oh,
your
was
character
that-
sheet and let me know if that's a
Oh,
thing.
was that
but-
Nara? Okay. Wait, who can
I
understand
think
the
Nara
animals? How did
used
we
to
do
have
it
a
last
spell,
time?
but she
I
doesn't
did,
have it
but
right
I
now.
changed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not going to understand anything they say, though. Do you want me to?
Fuck.
I mean, don't you have the ring of shrinking? Can't you like shrink yourself down?
I was thinking about that.
I want her to go down there by herself.
Okay, so let's see spells.
Pox, are you there with them? I'm
First
just curious.
prestidigitation, disguise self.
Yeah,
You can be if
are
you
we all
want.
together?
I could-
You have two choices on where you can be. You can be with Kathrak and Emiele inside the house cooking, or you can be out here with these guys investigating.
What about find familiar?
Kathrak, you need help?
Is that anything?
You could make a
I
familiar
don't need
that
help.
could go
I
down
popped off with the
Oh, yeah.
butchering.
Why don't
You
I
got it.
just
All right.
do?
Yeah, I'll be with them. Yeah, I'm with them.
Okay, so why don't I just conjure up a familiar and send it down,
Okay.
and then I'll also be, I'll also shrink myself with the ring of portation, and then Zim, you can probably change yourself into a mouse or something. It could be all three of us.
I can't turn into a mouse, but I mean, I didn't really want to go down, but I guess I can. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if anything is in real danger, we can just send the familiar in front of us. But I do need to be within 100 feet of the familiar in order to hear what's happening or see what's
If you
happening.
have it go down 100 feet first, then once it gets to the 100-foot range, then we go down.
Well, then how will I communicate with you?
No, I'm saying we stay up here, send it down 100 feet. If there's more distance to go,
Oh, okay.
then we
Yeah,
change
yeah,
to go
for
down.
sure. Let me. That sounds
Okay.
like a good
I'm,
idea.
I'm limited in how many times I can transform in like the time period, and I normally like to leave one up just in case we're attacked while we're sleeping. You know.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me. Oh, what about disguise self? Can I change my size?
No.
Okay,
Disguise
so
self
let me
is like
just
an
do.
illusion, so it's not actually a size changing. It's a fake size change. So
Okay, let me. Oh, and also, how long does the familiar last? Like an
That
hour?
would be cool.
it lasts
It
until
doesn't
you let it go.
dissipate. Yeah. It doesn't
Okay, yeah.
dissipate.
So let's do it. Let me just cast it.
Okay. So you cast Find Familiar, and with that, you can choose its form. Do you want to do? I assume since you want to go underground into the small holes, I assume you want like a rat or a spider.
Guys, what are we feeling? Spider or mouse?
I mean,
think maybe
spiders can climb on walls. So.
Yeah, let's do spider. Let's do spider. And then while I do this, can you try to find a mouse to enchant?
What do you mean enchant?
No, I mean the Pied Piper flute.
So the way the pipe works is animals come to me and I can tell them to do something, but I can't understand them at all. And I can give them like one command. So
Okay. So let's wait for that. Let's just do the familiar thing.
All right. So you cast Find Familiar, and as you do, your familiar appears. It's the same familiar you always have. It's the cat that you normally bring around with you, but this time in spider form. So it's just changed form, but it's still got the same personality. It's still kind of it's still got the cute cat mannerisms, but now it's a really tiny spider that now has whatever kind of look you want. You know, it can be whatever colors or whatever you want.
Okay. I'm gonna stroke its little spider head and give it a little forehead kiss.
It like nuzzles your finger.
Ah, so cute. Okay, attack.
All
Go.
right, so where are you sending it?
Let's see. This is a question as a DM. How
Yes.
is there enough space between the wires for it to get down?
Good question. Yes, there is.
Okay, so I'm just gonna send it down the first. Nara, do you have any preference for which wire I choose?
No.
Okay, so I'm just gonna choose the nearest one.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually, I'll choose the one in the middle, assuming that it's like the main wire.
Okay. There's like 20 of them that go down into the
shit.
ground. So you can choose any of them that you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna. They all kind of. They go in different directions. So I'm just gonna roll a dice, a 20-sided dice, and that'll be the wire you go down. All right. I rolled a 3. So you go down the third wire. And you can actually see through your familiar's eyes. If you focus on that, you can swap like consciousness with it. So when you do that, Isabella is in a state of like trance where she has to like sit or stand still, and she can't hear or see anything around her, but what you are seeing is through the eyes of the spider, and you can move it around and kind of control it wherever you want it to go. So you're gonna want to have somebody watch your back while you're doing that.
Oh shit. Okay, so I might put on the ring of portation, so I'm also very small, so no one who comes in can see me in like a vulnerable state, just in case. And also so you can like run away with me if needed.
A question, Commander. With her, doesn't she have mind link as a warlock?
Oh,
thing?
yeah, I do.
Can't she mind link to one of us as well?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
To
talk to us while she's in familiar form of what's going on?
Oh, wait, yeah. What? I do have mind link.
I don't know how that would work. But...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume so. I mean, that'd be fine.
Yeah, let's just do mind link instead. But should I also... I just don't want to, in case we get attacked, I want easy movability.
I would rather you be normal sized than something that could be stepped on.
what if you
we're
just
going to
put
be
me
watching your body. It's not like we're going to leave it here.
But what if someone were to walk in and
I know, if you're talking though, then we can let you know.
Okay.
We can keep an eye out.
Yeah, let's just do mind link then.
Okay. So with that, who are you mind linking with?
I'm gonna go with Nara, just because she can also communicate with Solus, just in case.
Okay, sounds good. So Nara, you're gonna see all the same stuff that she sees through her familiar form as she sends her spider down into the opening. As the spider crawls down the cord, I would like you to roll me an investigation check as the spider goes down. Immediately what you see is a long, basically passageway that this cord follows through, deep underground. And it seems to go pretty far.
Okay, I have a 14.
Okay. So with a 14 investigation, as the spider crawls down the cord, this third cord, it curves underground beneath the windmill and towards the house. So you continue to kind of keep that mind link with your familiar, and it reaches that 100-foot mark, which is about halfway between the windmill and the house. And it reaches that limit, like where Isabella would need to move, you would need to walk. Your character would need to walk. Someone would need to like hold your hand and lead you because you can't see anything. And you would need to walk towards the house to get any closer to the house. You know what I'm saying? Because you're at that you're at that limit, the bubble that your familiar can get to.
Okay. Let's if
Wouldn't
you
it
let
be
us know that?
suspicious if I'm like kind of...
Can I make her invisible?
Yeah.
So it looks like we're just like hanging out.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that would be good. Let's do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
she could shrink down and we could put her in a pocket too.
That's true.
Could do that too.
Okay, so do you want to do the shrink or
to
invisible?
you.
Does invisibility wear off? Because I don't want us to be in the middle of
It's an
something.
hour, I think.
Invisibility is an hour.
So let's just shrink it.
Okay.
Whose pocket am I in? I think for like easy
go in
ease sake,
Nora's,
let's
go
just
in
Nara.
It can
Nora's.
be in my pocket.
So I put on the shrinking ring.
This
Shrink
is kind of
down.
exciting.
I know, right?
So, the group here moves forward towards the house as the spider continues to crawl along the edge of this cord. You
So it's under
are
the house.
noticing.
Okay.
So it starts to curve under the house and up into
Yeah.
the kitchen area.
I knew it. Okay. What's happening in the
This
kitchen?
one might be a little disappointing as you go up into the base of the kitchen. This wire heads into the back of an outlet where the microwave is plugged into.
Okay. I understand this, but my question is, why is it so important that he's off the grid that even his microwave has to be connected to this power instead
I
of...
mean, there was
Wouldn't it be
multiple
easier?
wires, wasn't there?
There were up to 20 wires.
Let's
this
choose another
specific
wire
one-
then.
Sure. This took all of 5 minutes.
Okay, so let's do the next one.
So
I will still be with them.
yeah, no problem.
Okay,
So,
let's do the next one.
Heading down the next wire, you actually notice as you're crawling back with the spider, as you're crawling back, there is a kind of basin where all the wires come together and then go out into different spots.
Right.
And you do see that there are wires that go away from the house, but most of them go towards the house. The majority of these wires go towards the house. I would say out of the 20 that are down there, 15 of them go towards the house, but 5 of them go in different directions away from the house.
Okay, here's my question. Nara, if you were hiding something, where would be the most secure place you would hide it? Would it
Oh
be?
God, is there like a shed or something? Like
Yeah, would it be a
a
shed?
barn or
There
like?
are
Or
a
would
few
it?
different small
Or
buildings around the complex.
would it be in
Mm.
his bedroom? Because
I
if
don't
I
think I
wanted
would
to
be
make sure.
hiding. I don't think I would be hiding things that need to be like plugged in my bedroom.
Okay,
I feel
so
like it
let's.
would be. I feel like it's weird that he has like power to like random buildings outside.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have a question.
Mhm.
Where specifically was the cow murdered, and why was it such a big deal for him to not even for a second have people look more into that area? I think we should ask that
It was murdered over
question.
by a metal building on the southern side of campus, but he was letting
Ooh.
he was leading the whole party into that building. So you assume
Oh,
that that's
okay,
the
okay.
slaughter building.
Okay.
So you
The
assume he probably
slaughtered
also
human building.
you probably assume he has nothing to hide in there as well. That would be
Okay.
a safe assumption. If he's gonna bring the
Okay.
whole party in there, he probably wouldn't bring them into a spot that if he was hiding something, he probably wouldn't bring them in there.
So several things concern me. First of all, we don't sleep here. Why is that such a big deal? What happens at night? I want to find out what happens at night before it's nighttime. What time is it in universe?
In universe, it's like 7:30.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Nara, I'm gonna leave it up to you. Where should?
So
where
that
do you
that
think we
leaves
should go?
that leaves 4 wires. So let's look. Can we do like a look around and see what looks suspicious?
Sure, you can
That sounds good.
try and make a guess on which passageway would be kind of the most suspicious. Yeah, just go ahead and roll me a intelligence check.
Ooh.
Intelligence
Also,
check.
just a reminder, fucking, my familiar can cast spells for me.
Yep.
So if we want to charm a person without having it being traced back to me, maybe through a tiny spider, so no one can tell it's traced back to us, we can do that.
All right.
God, Nara's dumb as hell.
You can roll
Oh,
an
shit.
intelligence check too, Isabella. Pox. As your group is walking together, you have Zim, you have
Yes.
you have Nara, and then you have Isabella, who is shrunken down in Nara's pocket. Okay. And as you are walking towards the
Fuck.
house that first time, and Nara kind of relays to you the information that this first wire leads to the microwave. As you're doing that, you're kind of thinking to yourself like, okay, this is kind of, like it's kind of whatever. And as you turn around to go back towards the basin of wires to choose another one, as you're turning around, the door to the house opens, and the
Shit.
two guys are leaving, and one of them kind of hollers to you, Pox, because you're kind of lagging behind just a little bit from from Zim and Nara as they're walking back to the windmill, and he says, "Hey, you guys hungry? Food's gonna be up in a little bit. We're heading out, actually. You guys good?"
Oh, we're great.
Where are you guys going?
So, Isabella, you can't hear any of this because you're in
shit,
spider
okay.
form deep
Oh, okay,
underground.
okay.
This is
Okay.
this is just Pox. If Zim wants to turn around, he could. But one more time, sir. Go ahead, Pox. I wanted to make sure she understood that.
Where are you guys headed?
I'm heading home. You guys staying here?
You're not staying around for food? You guys aren't hungry?
No, not really. Ain't really that
Well,
hungry.
Nah, stay for food. Come on, you worked all day.
We got stuff to eat at home.
I insist. You should see the cow we just slaughtered. Come on.
Okay. I mean, I think they're cooking it up inside, but
It's good meat. Come on in. Got a nice warm seat for you.
all right,
Right over here.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, sit in.
No problem. We can stick around, can't we?
Don't rush
the
out.
other guy.
Yeah.
The other guy is like standing there, like kind of staring at you, and he kind of like raises an eyebrow, and tilts his head, and he says, I told my wife I'd be home soon, and the other guy said, "Oh yeah, your wife, right? Your wife. We gotta go." Actually.
No. You know what? Have her come down. At the very least, you could stick around and bring her some food. I'm sure she'd love it. I'm serious. This is a beautifully slaughtered cow. I look, I honestly, I wouldn't be able to touch a bite until I knew you both left. and had a bite beforehand, at least.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just have a bite of the food.
okay, fine.
Maybe 2.
No problem. Sure. Yeah, we could do that. Isn't that right? And the other guy with the kind of deeper voice says, fine. Whatever.
Great. We'll make a day of it.
All right. So, with that, unfortunately, it looks like Bunny might have DC'd. Jasmine
Yeah,
might
her
have
computer
DC'd.
died. She
Computer
said she'll
died.
be back here in a second.
Okay, that's really unfortunate because she's
Yeah.
spidering it up right now.
Why don't we cut to Jimmy cooking?
Yeah, let's do that. My overlay's all fucked here. Give me a second here. Fix this overlay, or at least turn something on here. Let's see. I want them to be able to see you guys. Uno momento, por favor. Add window capture.
I read all kinds of true crime things. I feel like I just think the worst all the time, but
No, I think you guys are onto something.
I think so too. Wasn't
I didn't believe it
murdered?
till I
didn't
heard
want those
the
guys to
sus
leave.
of the two guys.
If there is something wrong with the food or like anything at all, I want them to stick around. I don't want we already saw one guy drive away. Not seeing these 2. That's 3
Okay,
total.
there
Maybe
she
4 if you
is.
count the horse. Well, 3.5.
She's back.
My
Can you hear us?
bad. I'm
There,
sorry.
You're good.
Didn't notice my computer was dying.
You're good. You're good. Okay, so with that, you guys, we're gonna flash over quickly to Thrak cooking the steaks with Emile. Emile says, as the steaks are now sizzling in a pan, he says, "Is this kind of meat something that you are very familiar with? The cow meat?"
I'm actually vegan.
I butchered some steaks back when I was younger in my time.
Eh. So this
Learned the
is-
anatomy in and out.
Okay, this is why you are very good at that.
That's right.
Cutting it up and butchering it.
Yeah, I know how to handle my meat.
Oh yes, yes.
That's what he said.
Very good at handling the meat, and this is something that even I, as someone who has taken care of these animals, this is not something I am very familiar with.
So
You're not there, buddy. You're not there.
I'm sorry. Do you handle meat often? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let this role play happen, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, Kithraki says, "This is not a meat I am very familiar with. It is I'm still getting used to cutting it up. This is just a favorite of mine, and I am happy to have you here to help me dispose of the cow and make sure that it is taken care of properly. Yes.
So you don't do this often?
No, this is not. This is special occasion.
What's the occasion? Our presents or?
Yes.
And when you say dispose, do you not normally butcher cows for meat?
Of course, we have a few cows. We don't have a large amount of them. Only 1 or 2 at a time. We try to keep 2 so we can have babies, you know. But when there are so many of you, it makes sense to have a meal of it. And the other thing is, of course, I was going to have to butcher it anyway. So this cow was ornery, you know. It is always getting into trouble. So I needed to put it down anyway. That's good excuse.
Hmm.
Am I coming in? I'm walking back in. Pox is walking back in.
Sure. Yes, you're walking in with the 2 guys.
With the
I
two.
think
With the two, you mind
at
if
this
I-
point, with all that's going on, I'm a little
extra
skeptical
guests.
now too of just like, didn't his boss
didn't
just
want those.
die? or something. What was the guy that died to
no.
the
The
muffin?
Manager. That was at the.
Unrelated.
Where was it?
Unrelated. Sorry. So sorry.
Or
Sorry,
is
I'm
it?
trying to link things that aren't linkable. I think it's just it does seem a little weird to me that this guy thinks
Is it
that this is
not
such a
used to it?
special occasion and that he's
Huh.
not used
Also,
to butchering this when he has a butchering house.
So what the fuck is in the butchering house?
Well, that's where we
Cow-
are.
Now, why is the cow? Is the cow? The cow might be. Is the cow sick? That's
Or-
like, you know what I mean. He said it was getting into trouble. Like, does it have mad cow?
Okay, my question is,
meat-
why
the
does he
meat-
keep
the
trying to
cow
get
could
us
just
to
be-
the butchering house? Why is it so
That's what I
important
want.
that we're in here?
So hold on. Let me, because maybe I didn't describe it well enough. So let me describe where everyone's at right now. Isabella, you're in spider form beneath the compound, beneath the farm. So your spider is crawling along the wires beneath the farm, looking for where they might lead. And so you're at like a basin of wires that spread out across the farm. Most of them go towards the house, but you're about to go down one of the pathways to one of the more suspicious wires. Okay, so that's where you're at. Nara, you're with Zim near the windmill right now. So you guys are both kind of standing next to the windmill where the basin of wires does its separation out into the different compounds of the farm, the different sections of the farm. You have Isabella in your pocket, Nara. The actual physical Isabella, like the real Isabella, is in your pocket. Zim, you are standing next to her in regular Zim form, not transformed, just helping guide and kind of listening to the descriptions that Nara is giving, because Nara can see. Pox, you are walking into the farmhouse right now with the two gentlemen that you persuaded to stay here with you against what seemed like their better judgment. And Kathrak, you are in the kitchen of the farmhouse right now with Emiele cooking the meat that you had butchered up with him, and you are searing it in a pan right now in the kitchen of the farmhouse. None of you are near the slaughterhouse right now. When he did bring you over in that direction, it seemed like it was a slaughterhouse of some kind. He was going to lead you in there to actually butcher the cow in a place where they can, wash it off. It's much easier to wash metal than it is to wash it off grass and dirt. It's much safer and more sanitary to kill a cow there as well. But you have not been inside that building, so you don't actually know what is in there. But the fact that he was willing to lead you over there would make that building less suspicious, I'd say. The fact that he was willing to just lead you in there with the three of you, I mean, unless you felt like he had a trap in there waiting for you, it should be probably less suspicious, that particular building. He wouldn't lead you into a place he was hiding something.
Yeah.
So you get the idea, he may have slaughtered cows before, but it does seem strange that he doesn't do it often.
Yeah.
So that's where everyone's at, okay? That's your locations on. I don't have a map for you to look at, but just know that the windmill is about 200 feet away from the house. And the slaughterhouse where you guys almost got to kill the cow, that's like where you killed the cow in front of that slaughterhouse, is pretty far away from the farmhouse. It's like a whole cornfield away. So the compound is spread out. There's a few small buildings here and there. There is a shed, a small shed, a metal shed on the corner of the farm. There is a large barn that probably houses different animals of some kind. There is another kind of rectangular building on the south side of the farm. And there's the slaughterhouse, the farmhouse, and the windmill. None of that is in particular. Do I need you to remember it? I'm not going to test you or anything like that. I'm just letting you know that it's kind of the layout of the farm. And then in the middle of the farm, there's like a big well that you can go to. And the well is kind of what you assume where they get water and things like that. And right outside the farm is large cornfields and wheat fields that they do their crop raising and where you guys rode the tractors.
Hey, Commander, how do you spell Emiele?
Emiele.
I'm just starting a poll.
All right. So with that,
Prediction! Sorry, I get excited.
You're good. Predictions are fun. I'm not bad at doing them, so I'm glad I've got Blake here to help me out. So with that, you are in the kitchen right now, Kathrak, with Emiele, and as you're cooking this meat, go ahead and roll me a perception check. This is going to be your sniffer. 18. Give me a second here. Interesting.
What do we smell? What do we smell?
Kathrak, as you sniff this kind of kitchen area, it is densely filled with the smell of spices, and overpoweringly so. You've only put salt and pepper on the steak, but you're smelling turmeric, you're smelling basil, you're smelling all of these really pungent smells. You're smelling a lot of garlic in the kitchen here. With your 18, you're getting a really good sniff of the aroma of this kitchen, and there is a lot of smell in here that is leaking out of the cabinets.
Ew.
And kind of covering up the air quite a bit. It's hard for you to even smell the steak that you're cooking.
That's mustard gassy. That's suspicious as fuck.
Okay. I think my character's pretty skeptical now.
At this point, Pox, you are walking in with the two gentlemen, and as you round the corner to the kitchen, go ahead and roll me a perception check. See if you catch this whiff of smell or not. If not, you know, it is what it is. No, you definitely smell.
Oh,
You smell a lot of.
What's that smell?
Yeah, you smell a lot of spices that, as you're looking at the steaks that are frying in the pan, there's definitely not that many spices on them. They're salt and pepper steaks. They shouldn't have this smell of garlic and all this other stuff around. So it's like I said, it's leaking out of the cabinet. And then this is what, you know, I want to just mention this real quick because I feel bad about it earlier. I didn't send you I hope you don't feel like I sent you ladies into the kitchen because you're ladies or anything.
No, that was a joke.
It was funny.
That was a
Okay,
joke.
I thought it was
That a
funny.
I
joke.
wanted to make sure.
You don't
Send
have
them
to.
in.
You don't have to like
Okay.
apologize.
No, it's
for
funny,
things like
dude.
that.
We literally manipulated a dude into making us kids croissant. Like,
Okay.
I don't know, it was a good time.
So I
Croissant.
just wanted to make sure
It was funny.
that so there, you know, you would have noticed this smell too. So you would have noticed that there's like a lot of this herby smell throughout the kitchen that is overwhelmingly so. And this was especially true even when you weren't, even when there was nothing cooking. It's just this smell was overwhelming in the kitchen. This kind of pungent aroma of spices.
Is it,
Oh,
is
I
it
have a question.
skunky?
It's not skunky, no.
I have a
Is it
question.
dank?
I'm so
No.
engaged and focused in gameplay, but I also really need to pee. When
Go
is
for
the
it.
break?
Um,
I don't want to miss anything.
well, I'll describe this one thing and we can take a break.
Okay.
Okay. So, with that, Pox, you're here in the kitchen, and you get that kind of pungent smell of aroma of spices. And Emiele, as you guys walk in, he looks at you from Kathrak, like him and Kathrak are having a conversation, and he looks over at you guys. First, you're the first one to walk in, and he says, "Hey, Pox, it is good to." And then as he says that, and the two gentlemen around the corner behind you, he says, "Good to see you. So, are you hungry?"
Yeah, a meal. Just brought these guys. Thought they should have a bite to eat before they left. Went home.
Oh,
Hope that's not. Hope that's not okay. We have 2 extra guests for dinner. You know, your host and your house, your farm.
Barry, isn't your sister waiting for you? And the one kind of deep voiced farmer says, "No, it's my wife."
His wife.
And he says, "What's the difference out here?" And I right, and he kind of like he nudges Kathrak.
Yeehaw!
Do the other guys laugh?
Excuse me?
No, they don't. They
Do
don't.
they look amused, or are they just like?
No, they.
they
As
look
you're looking at
scared?
them, roll me an insight check.
Can I roll
Everyone?
one too?
Yes, Kathrak. No. This is just for Kathrak and Pox. They're the only ones in this room right now.
Yikes! My
Put 'em
guy's
together.
my
Put 'em
guy's
together.
dumb as a brick.
Could we have
We're fucking
could we
Dragon and I
have
looking at each
advantage
other like.
possibly?
They wouldn't have advantage on this particular.
I think we're
insight
just so
check.
off put
So-
by that comment that we're
Yeah.
just like,
Oh man.
Whoa, what?
The thing that you notice is that these two gentlemen are visibly not amused by the joke, and it is there's a strange tension between them at the moment. And Emiele says, "Well, in any case, this is I don't know if there's enough for you two gentlemen. This is not polite. You should leave. This is for the guests." And the two guys are like, "Yeah, you're right. Yep, you're totally right." One of them pats Pox on the back. "Thank you for inviting us. No, seriously. It looks like Emiele doesn't want us here."
I'm gonna step in and say, guys, I butchered the cow. I saw that there's enough meat for everyone, and it's not every day that you have visitors like us. Stick around, please. Whatever you've got waiting for you can continue to wait. Promise.
guys,
If there's any
Is
issues,
it about is it charm person time?
You're not there,
You're
Isabella.
unfortunately not there.
you're still a spider. For now.
So this
But
is
yeah,
all happening.
I'm
This
gonna
is
go.
so-
I'm gonna. I'm gonna
just
continue
kind of describe
to.
it. Just give me 1 second here. I'll just kind of
Yeah, go
describe it here. So this is happening simultaneously while you're doing your insect investigation right now, Isabella. So this is happening at the same time. So your two parties are learning different things. So this is where D&D can sometimes get a little complicated because Kathrak and Pox are the only ones here. So they're the only ones that can really interact with this conversation. And I'll make it very obvious for you when I'm coming back to you. So when I'm like, okay, now Isabella, we're back in the wires. Here we go. We're in spider form. Time to investigate. So right now it's just Kathrak and Pox in this particular situation because you're in spider form down beneath the farm with Nara and Zim watching over you. So with that, Kathrak, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just going to say, like, yeah, I want to keep these guys here because I think at this point in time, I've definitely picked up on a couple really like just weirder things, like just being able to smell a bunch of things that seem to be masking the original smell of the meat, and just the overall. I mean, even though my roll was bad, there's something that seems off about not. Or,
What
the
kind
workers
of lead
just
do you want to follow with the meat? What kind of lead do you want to follow with that? You know that you think that there is a cover up happening with the smell, right? Do you want to investigate the meat itself in the pan?
Yeah, I think my character would know
You'd
what.
be able to tell the difference between different kinds of red meat.
Yeah, I think Can I roll us a check about like the meat? Like
roll
take
me
a second
nature
look
check.
back at it.
Nature check.
I'll
I'll give you
Oh,
advantage
a
on
minus
this one.
one.
I'll give you an advantage on
Okay.
this one. Roll twice, take the higher number.
That's okay. That's a good roll.
Okay.
There's silence behind you right now, Kathrak, as you turn around
Yeah.
and you take one of the metal forks that's sitting next to the pan, and you pick it up and you press the fork down on the meat that's in the pan. You hear it, and normally, about this time when you're cooking a meat like this, when you press down a fork like this, you get a little bit of pink juice that comes out with a steak. You get a little bit of pink juice, but this meat is already well done. It is cooked thoroughly already through this pan, which means it is a much more tough, less gamey, not very cow-like meat.
Right.
You're not sure exactly what it is, but as you do that, Emiele turns to you and he says, "Is something wrong?"
Yeah, you were telling me that cow is having issues. Can you go more into that? This meat's cooking a little bit different than I would have anticipated.
Yes, of course.
Trying to make it come out the best I can, but it's acting a bit different.
Oh, and he kind of looks at it and he slides the pan off the burner. He says, "Oh, it's overdone. You've cooked it too long. Unfortunate. This the cow, he does a lot of fighting, a lot of pulling and groaning and headbutting and that kind of thing. He does a lot of fighting with us. Doesn't stay quiet at night and things like this.
How long's the cow been doing that?
Since we got it.
How long have you had the cow? And where did you get it?
We bought the cow off a trader that came by, and we've had it for just over a month.
What's in the cabin? The cabinet. What's
all the spices. These are strange questions. Are you all right?
I want to open up the cabinet. I just want. Can I take a look? I just want to see your selection.
Push back him, like push past him.
Yeah, I just want to open up the cabinet. I'm curious. It smells really good.
Okay. So as you pull
Not
open
rudely,
the cabinet,
I mean, I just, maybe obliviously almost. You know what I mean? It could be played off as awkwardly, but.
Okay. He says, it's okay. He kind of steps aside so you can get to the cabinets. As you pull them open, large aroma gust comes out of these cabinets of these open spices, which should definitely be closed.
Why are these all open? This is, whoa.
Oh, I must have forgot to close them.
Cooking in a hurry?
Of course, yes, yes. Always cooking for the two gentlemen here. They're always so hungry.
Oh, so you guys. But wait, but where do you get your meat mostly, though? What?
Sometimes we well, for the most part, we eat vegetables and things like this, crops. You know, the meat it is for special occasions.
So I turn to them and I say, so he must cut up a mean cow, huh? He must butcher a good cow, right?
The kind of deeper voiced gentleman says, not really his thing.
Does it normally cook like this?
Normally, I'm the one that butchers the cows. And
do you cook it too?
He doesn't respond as he's looking at the pan. He goes, "What?" As he's staring past you at the pan.
I had a question.
Give him a bite.
Crop up in my mind. I thought you worked with the cows, and I thought you said that you breed them.
Was this cow not, or are you asking the kind of deep voiced farmer?
I'll ask the farmer. Do you guys breed the cows or not? Because you said you got this one a month ago, but you seem to already want to butcher it. And as far as I can tell, the cow is pretty healthy, even if it was a bit rambunctious.
We butcher them, and we try to have them. What are you asking?
Is this the last cow? What's up with this cow, man?
We're a curious kind of people, and we just want to, if we're gonna be,
if you guys are gonna
taking a meal from strangers,
disrespectful, then I mean, you guys can leave.
We're not trying to be disrespectful. We've been duped on bad meat before, and we're just, we're curious. What's up with the cow, man? Was there something wrong with that cow?
Emiele says, "Okay, this is crazy. What are you implying?"
I'm not implying anything. I'm just asking you to have a bite. Have a bite of this. Does this look right to you? Have a bite of this. Here. I want to get the piece of meat. Emiele, if nothing's wrong, just take a bite, man.
So as you stab the like kind of well done
steak
with the fork and hold it up to him, he kind of turns his nose away from it and he slaps the meat off the fork.
Oh!
Fuck!
There it is. What's the matter?
He says, "I do not like things put in my face." He leans down and picks up the steak off the ground and throws it back into the pan. You know what?
Seems
it is
like your
fine. You
sister
cannot
does.
leave. You can leave then if you do
Why'd
not
you,
want
wait,
to be.
why'd you wait? Whoa! Why'd you put it back in the pan? What? To throw it out in the garbage? You're not gonna. You're gonna eat it?
No, it is. It's just where I put it. It is not. It's not
Then-
that serious.
Kathrak,
Yes.
I don't like the answers we're getting.
Listen, Emil. I'm gonna be honest with you. We are a suspicious group of people.
Obviously.
Or not suspicious. We are a, what's the word? We're suspicious of others based on our circumstances, and it's no. We don't mean to disrespect you, but the way this meat is cooking does not seem normal based on all the cows that I've butchered in my life
Real quick.
and cooked. So you need to give us a little more information just because we don't want to run into any, issues.
Okay. What did you want to say, Pox?
Sorry. What time is it in game right now? Is it midday?
It's,
Is it-
no, it's like 8:30 p.m.
Okay. Could I just like, what if we were
Sorry,
just,
it's more like 7:30. Sorry, 7:30 p.m.
so okay, so it's 7:30 and our buddy, where's Jerome? Jerome was supposed to be back by morning.
No,
Where's
no,
our buddy?
7:30 p.m.
That's what we keep.
7:30 p.m.
Oh, it's PM.
So they just
was
rode
it-
off like an hour and a half ago.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that we could be like, "Where's our friend?" And then, I don't know. Okay.
Would we be getting
Um,
close to coming back yet?
Yeah. Maybe.
So I'm gonna flash over to the other group.
Yeah.
As they are doing their spider thing.
Kathrak
But
and I
first,
need to- we need to
I
think,
want to
damn it.
answer Kathrak's question and then let Kathrak think about how he wants to respond to the response. So you asked about the way it's cooked and why the meat is not looking the way it's supposed to. And Emile says to you, Kathrak, he says, is the meat cooking in a suspicious way to you?
It's definitely not cooking like any meat I've ever cooked. And I am apprehensive, not to your intent, but the meat in general.
I see, and this is something I am apprehensive of you as well. I've never heard of Amish before. And now we'll flash over to Isabella, Nara, and Zim at the windmill. Isabella, go ahead and roll me a perception check, looking for which cord is going in the most suspicious direction here.
Ooh, okay. Perception. Come on, +2, baby. Hello. Ooh, advantage.
This would not be an advantage thing, no. So
Nara also go.
this would be okay. Yeah, that'd
Okay,
be alright.
Nara.
Narek, you can roll a perception check.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't I like look around to see like or whatever, like what looks weird?
Yeah, since you can see through her eyes, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. With a 21 perception, there are, as I said, most of the cords going towards the house, but there are a couple that are going in a direction away from the house towards this kind of smaller random building on the south side of the farm. That's where those cords are headed. So is that where you head? The
Yeah.
direction you go?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys walk past the well, past the kind of middle area of the farm, south towards this kind of smaller building. And as you reach this building, it is a wooden kind of smaller cabin with no windows.
Okay.
And
Well, so classic serial killer vibes. Got it.
there is a door on it, but in this with this wooden house, the door is metal.
Ooh, what the fuck? What in the Norman Bates? Okay. Is there enough room for me to be able to sneak in, or am I familiar to sneak in? Just without the cables at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, for example, like, could I, in my small state, like, go inside?
Yeah.
And then also have my familiar see what's happening below?
Probably. Getting under the door, you probably could get under the door. There is there's enough room for you to kind of crawl underneath it in your shrunken form.
Okay.
but you're not able to do that at the same time as like controlling the spider necessarily, like looking through the eyes of the spider. So right now the spider is underneath the building on the cord, about to kind of curve up into the bottom side of the building and find out where this cord goes. Do you want to do that
it's
first?
gonna get in there.
Okay,
The
let's do
spider's
that.
gonna get in there first. If you want to
I
do
have
that.
one more question. Would
Yeah.
it be possible for me to switch from Find Familiar to Mind Link? So I couldn't do spells from the spider, but I'll still see what it sees.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Let's do it.
All right.
So yeah.
You lead the spider up along this cord that curves underneath this this kind of suspicious building, and as the cord comes up the backside, it leads into a small generator that is in the back of this building in what looks like an enclosed metal box. So the spider kind of crawls out from where the cord plugs in. The spider kind of crawls out of that area, and now it's inside of a metal box, a locked metal box, it seems. The spider is kind of crawling around inside here. You see there's some switches and some dials on this metal box. It's a breaker box.
Oh shit. Okay, so do I have the knowledge of what a breaker box is in
No,
character? Like
your
in the universe?
character would
Fuck.
not, but you have the knowledge of switches. You know that switches do things.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna talk to Nara. Hey, Nara. I'm noticing there's a lot of switches. There's a lot of. I might switch it up.
Nara, you can see this too because you are mind linked with it. So.
Are there like any words written?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Roll me a perception
Anything
check.
you can read. Both of us.
Yep, both of you guys. Zim, you hear this conversation as well. You can't see, but you can hear that there's some switches.
Can I look at the metal door if there's a way to open it?
21 and 20. Okay.
It doesn't seem like there is a handle on this door at all. So that's for Zim, by the way. That was for Zim. Nara, looking across this switchboard through the spider's eyes, you see the words power. You see lights. You see farmhouse. You see barn. You see slaughterhouse. And then you have an unmarked switch as well.
I'm gonna go with the unmarked switch. What are we thinking?
What do you think about that, Zim? The unmarked switch.
I would do the unmarked switch.
Okay. So, okay, can we we'll tell her to like flip it and we'll just like look around to see what's going on.
All right.
Okay.
If anything
So the
happens.
spider takes its leg and presses down on this switch, which is one of those flip switches. You know, like when you push in one side, the other side pops out. So when you push it in, the other side pops out, and as it does, you guys hear a kind of
Uh-oh.
And Zim, as you're standing next to this door, kind of looking for a handle, you hear like a in the door.
I think you open the door. Let's go inside, shall we?
Okay. I think maybe I'm thinking in case there's danger, should maybe only I go inside?
If anything, I should go inside.
Or okay. Do you want backup?
I mean, you guys can just stay out here, but I can take more hits normally than both of you, so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So as you go to open the door, there is still no handle.
Remember,
Can I
even
like
if my-
slide it like this? Or like
you
this?
try sliding it from left and right. No budge.
Shit.
Yeah, I'll try to push it.
Pushing it,
Can
no
you
budge.
What about so if you don't push it and it like magically like
I'm gonna look for any sort of buttons or switches out here.
No buttons or switches. I'm just gonna tell you.
Is there any? Then there's no handles or anything.
No handles. Doesn't slide left to right. Doesn't push. Doesn't pull.
Does it slide up and down?
You slip your fingers under the bottom of the door and lift up, and it slides up.
Ooh.
So as you slide it up, inside of this building is a chrome like interior. that is dark. There is no lights or anything on in here. There are 2 rooms inside this building. One to the left, one to the right. Both are locked doors. And then in front of you, directly in front of you, is just a small area to stand to choose which room you go into.
Well, I think we should take a look, shall we?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pick the left door first.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a Thieves' Tools check.
Yeah. Hang on, let me find that. Use tools.
The 22. You slip your lockpick into this door. The handle on this door is one of those kind of curved metal handles that has a lock on the front of it. Something that you would see in like an office building or in a school, that kind of curved metal handle. And so as you pick that lock and pull down on the handle, it opens the door to this room, which leads into a very familiar looking sight. Not familiar in that it looks exactly the same, but familiar in that you've seen something like this before. There is a camera room in here. There, as you look across the monitors, though, they're all dead. Like all the monitors are turned off right now.
So should I return on the
switch? Is there a switch or power switch?
Not here on the on this. Not that you can currently see in this room.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the room and take a look around if there's one.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
Oh, can I communicate with Zim while he's doing this at all?
You can.
Or not really? Okay, so Zim, because you said it looks dark, should I switch on the power switch?
So that you would not be able to hear him though. You would not be able to hear him because you're looking through your spider's eyes. So you can't hear or see what he's doing, but you can talk to him. Like you can talk out loud and be like, "Hey, I hit the switch," but you're not going to hear what they say back to you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
okay.
you can talk, but you can't hear.
I can telepathically talk to her.
Ooh. Okay. Cool.
Well, then if he chooses to talk to you, then
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so looking around the room with a 14 investigation, you flip a bunch of switches, you run your hands across the computer, and you don't find any particular buttons that stand out to you. There are hundreds of buttons that you could press, and it's kind of hard to tell which one to.
Well, I'm gonna go to the other room then.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a Thieves' Tools check.
Yep.
You pick this lock as well, pull down on this handle and open it up, and as you do, inside this room is what looks like a breaker room. This is a room that's got it's got some supplies in it, like you see a mop and a bucket. You see a few different boxes on the wall, so a few different boxes. And one of which has Isabella's spider familiar in it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna look for a power switch for a computer if there's a way to turn on computers.
Also, remember, if you hurt my familiar, it doesn't hurt me.
So as you pop open each of the breaker boxes, they are all labeled with different specific like buildings.
I'm looking for the unnamed building that is this building.
Okay. So as you pop open the first breaker box, you see Isabella's spider inside this box, and you see all the buttons and everything that it's crawling across, and the switch that it flicked for this building. As you pop open the other 3 boxes, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. They are for the different buildings. So you've got farmhouse box, you've got a slaughterhouse box, a barn box, and what was the? I think that's it. Actually, just the 3. No box for this particular building.
Okay.
Nora, can you look in that other room and see if there's a way to turn on the monitor things?
Yeah. Okay. Do I just do a perception check?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh man,
No
I wish I
luck?
could have used perception.
Okay, so God.
Isabella!
That unmarked
What's up?
thing. We should do the unmarked. I mean, no, that's just the door, right?
Yeah, she
It
touched
could be.
it. And there was
Oh,
a bit,
Okay,
yeah.
so it could be, or it could be like the power to everything.
It could be that it's like a fail safe. If we, if you open the door, then everything shuts off. So what if you close the door, then everything will turn back
We
on?
can try that. I'm okay with that.
Okay. My one fear is that you're going to get trapped in this building.
I mean, you can just push the button and get out.
You think, but okay. I mean, we can do it.
I mean, I'm
If you
okay
think
with
it's a
doing
good
it.
idea, but-
If you want to stay outside, that's fine. But
I just don't want to put you in more danger than you have to be in.
Mhm.
But I can just flip the switch.
yeah, it's just flip the switch.
Okay, and boop, flippy flip.
So you use the spider to click the switch that you turned before. Same one.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you flip it back on, you all hear a and as you do, the door to this building shuts, and the monitors pew, 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 all
Oh,
turn
good
on.
job there.
And
Hell
take a
yeah.
look at the monitors. What creepy stuff is he doing?
All right. So the first few monitors you see are the different bedrooms of the farmhouse, and there is a camera in every bedroom, private
Whoa.
bedrooms. Then
who lives here?
nobody's in the house other than you see the camera in the kitchen, and you can see Pox, the two farmers, Kathrak, and Emiele all in the kitchen. Then looking through the camera, you see some night vision areas, so they're in green. Some of these monitors have like green coloring to them. It's confusing to you, but it looks similar to the goggles that Jerome found that the cyborg assassin was wearing. So she was wearing night vision goggles. So he also let you look through those, so that kind of gives you a similar feel. That's just what I'm telling you. And one of which looks like another chrome room, and it's got nobody in it. It's just like an empty chrome room, but on the walls you can see manacles.
Whoa. Like
Okay.
for cows or for people?
Manacles that you're unsure. They're they are what manacles are. They are for clamping around an appendage of some kind, whether it's a wrist or an ankle or
Okay,
something.
but in terms of spacing, does it look like it's like for animals, or is it for?
Unsure.
Is that a perception? Okay.
Unsure. It wouldn't be much difference.
Okay,
If you were gonna clamp the back legs of a cow, it would be the same as clamping the legs of a human. They'd be similar width apart.
okay, is there any blood or is it clean?
Pristine clean.
Do we
Mhm.
see any
Particularly.
torture devices or anything that looks like an electric probe?
Nothing
Weird
else
that
in this
it's
room.
clean though. I mean, if it's a slaughterhouse.
You see another camera here that it's fixed on a couple cows, a couple bulls specifically. They
Nice.
are inside of a pen, and they are grazing on what looks like a bale of hay that's been left for them. Both of them are seemingly unaware of their camera that's watching them as they graze on the hay, and it looks like it's probably in the barn.
Okay, I have a idea. It's gonna sound
Let
fucked
me
up.
describe the rest of the cameras
Okay,
first.
okay,
So write
okay,
down your idea so
sorry.
you don't forget it.
Okay.
So with the rest of the cameras, the last things that you see are you see a camera into the slaughterhouse, which has a bunch of hooks on it, hanging from the ceiling in the slaughterhouse, and a big metal table used for cutting and carving meat. It has a drainage system inside of the slaughterhouse for draining blood and that kind of thing. And it looks like, for the most part, it's like a pristine kind of clean area. It definitely looks like a slaughterhouse of some kind, a place that you would butcher animals. And then the last camera that you see is a similar camera to the one that was for the cattle, but this one is pointed towards a group of about 6 or 7 chickens that are kind of grazing around and pecking at some seeds on the ground. And you're not sure where this particular spot on the farm is, if it's in the barn or if it's somewhere else, but you haven't seen this particular chicken coop yet.
Okay, I want to look at the cows. Do they act like normal cows, or do they act like people who are cows?
Yeah. Okay, guys. So here's I was about to talk about that. So if we know this, Emiele worked with Rosdale, right? We know in our time they turned and spliced humans into animal hybrids, human experimentation. And what would be the easiest way to get rid of a human or prisoner? Through ingestion. It's untraceable.
Yeah.
So why don't they want to be here at night? What?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's working with Raziel, but something's definitely suspicious. This is creepy.
Even if he's not working with him, he still worked with him at some point. He has access to technology. We know he was a scientist.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Do you think these cows could be people?
I don't
Also,
know.
where the fuck is Jerome? Why did we just let him get away? Like, is he in danger?
I don't. Jerome's got to worry about himself.
I think this. Well, yeah, but he's with his sister, and who knows what her motives are? Our friend could be in danger.
Yeah, our friends inside could be in danger too.
Okay.
All right,
Wait,
go
they're
ahead and roll
alone
me a
with Emiele?
nature check, Zim. Go ahead and roll me a nature check. Yeah, you can see them on the camera, Isabella.
Oh, in universe, do we
I am
know that there's a
proficient in
sister
fucking cows, man.
Nice 22.
Wait,
looking at
you're
these-
proficient in doing what to cows?
Hey.
Oh,
High five.
man.
Very nice, Jimmy. Very nice.
With a 22, looking at these cows through the camera, they seem pretty normal, but you know, it's impossible to really know what exactly the purpose of them is without, directly asking Emiele. And, to you, they look normal. They look like they're acting like a normal cow would. Their emotions seem a little bit heightened. They seem a bit, what's the word? They seem a bit sketched out, a little bit. As they eat their grass, you notice the one kind of leans down and eats the grass a little bit, and then kind of jerks up a little bit to look around, and then kind of goes down and eats some more, and then jerks up a little bit when it hears something.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do you guys think it's time to go back to Emiele? And
I think there's
do you think
something
it's-
in there with the cows. I think we should go look at that.
I think so too.
all right, let's do it.
Let's go look.
We're gonna
Are we
go to
getting out of
that-
there? Or are we going over?
where the cows are, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you are unable to leave the
We're gonna push the
compound.
button so
Okay.
it unlocks.
So you're gonna use a spider to press the button,
Yeah.
lift the door up, and then use the spider again to turn it back on. So you
Yes.
left it the way you found it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Roll me a. What check would it be to like lay your tracks back together and like unpick the door and like make sure
I mean, I
there's
shouldn't have
no
an issue
traces?
like just locking the door and closing it, should I?
Yeah, making sure there's no traces.
Survival is tracking stuff.
Yeah,
Or
I'd
I could do
say-
stealth.
I'd say whoever wants to can roll me a survival check to try and kind of cover your tracks here that you're in here. Okay, 17's pretty good. You're able to cover your tracks pretty well. Nara, you notice a couple of your hairs on the ground that you pick up. You notice that Zim left some fingerprints on the door, and you wipe those off. And yeah. So with that, the spider has done its job. It's let you in and out of the compound. Do you want to crawl it back out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the spider crawls across the cord, down under the compound, and back. Now it's back underground. You got to crawl it all the way back to the windmill
Can't
to
she
get it
just
out.
disappear it and then bring it
Oh yeah,
back?
you can do that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I do that.
Yeah, you got your. Yeah, you can just like snap it out of existence and snap it back. I forgot you can do that.
Okay.
If you want to
cool.
leave it down there in the cords, you can though.
Ooh.
That's up to you.
I think I might do the core thing just in case,
Okay.
because that feels relevant.
Okay.
Foreshadowing?
Sure. So you crawl the spider back towards the windmill, and then you guys are heading towards the barn then? Is that where you wanted to head?
Yeah. Is
Okay.
there any chance I could be in charge of my body now, though?
You can if you want. It's
Would
just
I-
gonna relinquish control of the spider is all at that time.
Could I reattach to the spider?
If you're within 500 feet of it. Otherwise, you have to blink it out of existence and bring it back into existence to a spot that you can see. So
Ooh,
you
what
wouldn't
do
be
you
able
guys
to do
think?
it to the cords.
Do you think it's worth it?
I mean, it doesn't hurt anything. You can just blink it out and bring it back in.
Okay, yeah, let's just blink it out, just in case. I think that
It's just to make sure. I want to make sure that you understand that the spider, if you blink it
you
out,
know what, you could-
it's not going to be on the cords underground anymore. You would have to go back
Oh.
to you'd have to go back to the windmill and send it back down, which is fine.
Yeah,
You-
never
you
mind.
could
Let's just
have
keep
it
the
wait in
spider
the-
where it is.
You
Let's
could
just
have
keep the
it wait
spider
in
where
the
it is.
creepy room, and if it sees
Ooh,
anything
yeah.
suspicious, it comes back to you and lets you know because you can
Ooh.
talk to it, right?
Well, but wait.
That's good. Let's do that.
Well, I mean, there's a cord heading to the barn. Can't we just can it just follow along and you can
It
just
could.
stay in the pocket and if anything happens, you can just, you know.
Yeah, and then I can.
Come out.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking,
So,
if
what
he
do we
comes
think,
back
guys?
to this creepy room and we have someone in there listening,
Oh,
You
true,
know?
true.
Yeah, you know what? Spider stays in the room. Spider stays in the room.
Okay.
Does she have continuous, like, as long as she's within 100 feet, can she like hear anything that the spider hears or whatever?
Only when she's listening through its ears or seeing through its eyes can she.
So it's not
hear,
just like a
like, communicate
passive
with it.
thing. It's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna check in on the
Yeah.
spider
Yes,
right now if I'm
correct.
close
But she can
enough.
talk with the spider. Like the spider is its own entity.
Yeah, the spider does
Oh,
have a
okay, okay.
personality and its own thoughts and stuff. So she can like tell it like, hey, I want you to wait here and come get me if anything shows up. And it will, if it shows up, then it's followed its order, and it will follow
Yeah.
it to a T. It doesn't need to eat or anything, so it will stay there forever if you wanted it to.
I have one more question. So, when I'm not communing with the spider, would I be able to cast spells as myself, or would I still be chained to the spider in terms of spellcasting?
You can cast.
you
If
can-
you're not
yeah.
linked in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just leave the spider there then. We have our own little spy. Can we?
So where are you
do
leaving the
some-
spider? I'm sorry.
In
The camera room.
In the camera room,
You're leaving it in the camera room. Okay.
or in the little switchy switch that you know.
Are you leaving it in the switch or in the camera room?
Guys, what do you think?
A
Switch or
camera room.
Camera room. Okay. One more question.
So,
While
hold
we're
on.
here,
So hold on. To leave it in the camera room, you'd have to crawl. You'd have to get it out of the.
Can it not crawl underneath the door? Because
It
it's
would
a
need
door
to get out
handle.
of the box.
Hmm,
It would need to get
okay.
out of the box.
Oh.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You want it to just like poof it out of existence, poof it back into existence, and have it just crawl under the door, the front door
Yeah.
of this place, instead of having it
Yeah.
go through the
Yeah.
cord
Yeah,
box.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so while we do this, would it be possible to use the Pied Piper flute to enchant a mouse so that the mouse is in the box?
we
You
can't
can only give
communicate
it
with the
hear it.
mouse.
simple. You can only give it
Oh,
simple
okay.
commands. So
Okay,
you
yeah,
could tell a
that makes
mouse
sense.
like, "Hey, can you bring this to my friend?" or like, something like that, and it would be able to do something like that. But it wouldn't be able to like stand guard, come here, and tell me if you see something. It's not going to be able to do all that.
Ooh. Okay, what about Solus? Can Solus change his size? Can he go in the box?
He can't change size,
Fuck,
but he can
okay.
stand
Well,
guard somewhere if you want him to.
Yeah, let's stand guard. Let's have him. Nara, can you turn him invisible for a little while? Or is there enough foliage so that Solus can hide undetected?
I mean, I can turn him invisible.
Yeah, let's do that.
Wait, why do we need to turn Solus invisible?
So if someone walks into the thing, we'll know.
Won't you, spider, come back?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I might be overthinking it. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Um,
Oh, wait. Speaking of, can we use Solus to check in on the guys in the kitchen?
good.
He can't. They can. Well, okay.
You could have
can
him.
he?
You could have him go and check in on them, and then come back and report to you.
Yeah, because we've spent a while away from our friends. I'm kind of worried because they're like with Emile, so I don't know what Emile's planning.
Solus can't communicate with them, but he can go and like listen in.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
I
thinking.
don't want
Then
him.
he
I
can-
don't want him to go in though. I want him to.
Oh, he's not going to go in, but I think we could use some information.
Up to you. Up to you, Nara.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So what do you tell Solus?
Just be discreet and go in there and just see if you hear anything weird,
He says,
strange, off-putting.
Okay. And I
And then come right back.
I recognized what the smell was.
What was it?
It is
Cock.
acidic.
Sorry.
It is
Ammonia.
It is stinging my nose.
And like
It
what?
hurts.
What would it be?
I don't know. It smelled
Poisonous?
similar to when you were in that bathroom at the factory.
It's poison. The fucking muffins. The muffin man. It's the muffin man.
So to give
So I
you
tell
a little
them,
bit of
yeah.
a little bit of context here, you remember in the bathroom at the factory there were a bunch of chemicals underneath the sink for cleaning, and that's what he's talking about. Not the muffin poison, but he's talking about the chemicals like bleach, like bleach cleaning supplies. Yeah, bleach cleaning supplies, that kind of thing.
Shit.
And
We need to get them out of there.
that is
smell
where
where-
we're
do
gonna
you-
pause it for
Oh,
today.
shit.
That's where we're gonna end it for today. We'll pick it up next week.
Off. Ah.
Got brought back.
All right.
that
So
was-
nice
Okay.
investigations today, everybody.
Hey.
So, oh, you left. Oh my